Hello, happy Sunday. How are you today? Today we're going to talk about how to increase produce consumption. And I have a link of an article from Produce for Better Health Foundation. They're trying to increase consumption, which is great for all of us, right? People eat more produce, healthier people, and great for business. I think they mentioned in the article that only 1 out of 10 people eat enough fruits and vegetables. So I suggest you read it. Uh, Give you a few thoughts on what I think about that. For one thing, I think the COVID-19 virus has done more for produce consumption than the PMA has done in the last 20 years. Uh, People now know a story that should have been told, but they know it now about how good produce is for you, for your immune system. Also, people, I guess, learned how to cook and while they were quarantined. So hopefully that carries forward and they do a little bit more of that because people are going to buy more fruits and vegetables than you get at a restaurant in a dish. So that's all. It's all great. Uh, in the Produce Manifesto and also an article I wrote a couple of years ago is Produce is a Luxury Item. I'll get back to that in a second. The best way to increase consumption is to make it affordable. Now getting back to the Produce Manifesto and the Produce is a Luxury Item. Produce is always in competition with other foods, not just it's macaroni and cheese. I always say macaroni and cheese. It's a cheap item, So what are you going to do? Buy a box of macaroni and cheese for 99 cents, or buy broccoli if it's $3.99. So price does matter. So that's a given. So. And listen, I'm not the anti-profit guy. Believe me, I'm a free market guy. I love this, but let's get down to facts. Big retailers in this country, not all of them, but big retail in this country, mark up produce too much. And this has been their paradigm for the last 30, 40 years. They used it to use produce to make up for the losses in grocery, and it continues till today. I've said it in the past that many years ago, I said fresh is the way to go, and you're going to buy aluminum foil from wherever you buy your fresh, that's where you're going to buy your aluminum foil, and it's not going to be different, 3 cents more, 3 cents less. So retail. Again, I want you to make money, but there's ways to give the consumer a value and also help the grower. And I've said this 1,000 times. I got to beat it over your head. Maybe this week I'm going to even tell you how to do it. So if there's an oversupply, and I'm going to take this, I'm going to say this again. Farmers were dumping food for the last 2 months. Retailers raised the retail prices of vegetables while farmers couldn't sell their stuff. That's a fact. They all want to tell you how wonderful they are. They're selling a story. It's not about sustainability to them. It's about profitability. Take it to the bank. But there's a way to be profitable and help the consumer and the farmers. Those items that are over abundant, take them and give them to the consumers. Don't do the ads 3 weeks out. As the market changes, learn how to be nimble enough to take advantage of these market abundance, plethora. That's my brand. I would use that as a brand. Take advantage of those and give it to the consumers. Guess what? They'll come in for the value and they'll buy the aluminum foil and they'll buy your other produce items. It works. Believe me, it works. Why don't you try it? Also, there's a way to get this into your stores. I got to listen. Large retailers are going to tell you, "Oh, you have no idea about our expenses and this and that." And believe me, everybody has expenses. But they also put layers of fat on top of their expense. Let me explain. There's distribution centers. They want their distribution centers to make money. So if it comes in, it costs 10, and they put $3 on top, and they got to do this, and they charge you $400 for unloading, and all this adds to the cost. It's not the real cost; it's an inflated cost. Let me give you a solution. There are many terminal markets throughout this country, and large wholesale operations that are set up to make deliveries. Okay, so let's say we have squash in Mexico abundant, and it's $4 FOB. With partnerships with terminal markets, you could take that squash, distribute it throughout the country, just buy, I don't know, 100 loads, clean up the market, right? And send it to different terminal markets throughout the country, and those terminal markets could in turn distribute to your stores. That's how you have a winner. The terminal markets could be a cost plus thing, and I really believe like the terminal market and the big wholesale partnerships that were formed during the pandemic to help the supply chain, I think they could be valuable going forward. So if you don't explain, sometimes I get a little excited, and I know how easy it is in my mind, but maybe you don't understand it. Just give me a call. But using the wholesale terminal markets, and I think they could do it cheaper. I could think they could do it cheaper than your inflated distribution centers are. Yes, when you get it automated, I'm sure you're going to get the prices down, but you're not going to give that. Come on, you're going to save that money and put it in your pocket. You're not going to give it to the consumers. Learn how to sell to consumers. That's the way forward. Stop selling the story. Like really do something for the people. Real sustainability to a farmer is being in business next year, and you did not help during this pandemic. Okay. So get with your wholesalers, get with your terminal markets, and let's make produce great again. Okay. I'm going to I had a little problem with the price sheet for Gary Blair. Again, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, from Wednesday's Post, Gary Blair's a buyer in the Hunts Point market. I get his report 4 days a week. He doesn't do it on Friday. And it's what a buyer pays. He has a lot of customers, customers in New York, out of town. And it's what he pays for the produce. It's not a USDA report. Just so you know, USDA reports are what the salesmen want to tell the USDA guy. I'm not taking away from USDA guy, but he doesn't know. Gary actually buys the stuff and he puts the price that he's paying for the stuff in New York. So it may be, I use it as a valuable tool. Demand is everything. So I want to see demand. I want to see markets move, and it's a good tool. So this is a fee. I have nothing to do with it. Just that he gives me information, and I am being reciprocal and trying to increase his business. So just call Gary. His name is on top of the sheet. You want to use him, but I think it's a great tool for especially like a shipper, a grower, or wholesalers in different markets. Let's talk about demand for a second. Last week, if you needed any more proof that demand makes a market, these riots across the country destroyed demand in all these terminal markets, wholesalers. I think I got back more stuff, giving back more orders than I gave out last week, because between the riots and just people couldn't sell any stuff. And markets that were going to be red hot, the Western markets are going to be red hot. Really, they backed off a little bit just because everybody's backed up, and hopefully it gets back to normal a little better this week. I mean, you believe this? We go through a pandemic, then we go through riots, and it's. Let me talk about that because on Wednesday I was a little upset. Okay. Let me give you a disclaimer, just in case somebody wants to call me a racist. I just wanted to let you know something before you want to call me a racist. I have 3 boys. They're Latinos. I adopted them. They're not my adopted sons. They're my sons. So before just so you know who I am, and I'll let my friends, if somebody wants to call me a racist, because I told you I'm a common sense guy, But I just want to. This is how I see the world. There's no one in this country that saw what that cop did to that man and didn't think it was murder. In fact, I think you can make a great case for first-degree murder, but with the same attitude, you have to realize that what these people burning down cities and looting, you have to feel the same way, and that how many 7 or 8 or 10 people have died and many more were beaten up. There's got to be. Here's my my rule for fixing things. There are good people and there are bad people. You notice I didn't say there are good black or good white or bad white and good. I didn't say anything. There's good people and there's bad people. The good people have to get rid of the bad people. That's because you saw what those white cops did to that white 77-year-old man? Okay, those are bad cops. Okay? He's white. They pushed a 77-year-old man down in Buffalo and they made him bleed, So, listen, I don't believe in systemic racism. I'm sorry. That's why I gave you that disclaimer. I know there's racism. How do I know that? Because I have I have brothers that I love that tell me the things that go on to this day that I can't believe. And this is in New York, which is, again, the most diverse city in the world. So yes, I know there's racism. But I can't believe there's systemic racism. Why? Because we have a lot of black leaders in this country. We had a president that got elected twice. We have congressmen, senators that elected, and blacks are 6% of the country. So that means a lot of white people had to vote, and if we had a systemic race problem, that wouldn't happen. We have an individual race problem, and that gets back to the getting rid of the good people, getting rid of the bad people by the good people. In the Bronx, Friday night, there was protesting, and the protesters, started seeing people starting to raise problems. They notified the cops, and the cops got rid of them. That's what we need to do, okay? So that's my take on it. Me, I love everybody. I just wish everybody would get along, and that's it. That's enough of that. The summer's coming. I believe it or not, the summer I don't sell. I'm not too diverse in the summer. I sell 3 major red pepper deals, and I sell a lot of them, and I concentrate on them. I sell watermelons, Roma tomatoes, and mangoes. That's it. That's what I sell for the summer. But I have a lot of them, so I have a lot of volume, and it takes a lot of time, and sometimes begging, and sometimes people beg me. So let me tell you about the red pepper market. The volume was down about 10%. But again, those riots probably cut demand by 50%, and they got stuck. We'll call the market $14.95. Freight is high. So you got peppers that cost $18.50 in. I really don't know where in the terminal level. They were weak last week. Hopefully, the market straighten out and we get back on track there. I think volume will pick up a little bit this week. We'll see how the demand side of it does. Watermelon's been a tough deal all along, and now it's raining again, and I think we'll start in Georgia and next week. But again, with the rains, who knows? This weather's crazy. My mangoes, I am going to stop shipping. Unfortunately, the boxes are not ready. I have beautiful boxes, but they're not ready, so I'm going to have to ship them in stock boxes to start. I would appreciate anybody that give me any business, and I'll take care of you. I have Tufos and Tommy Atkins, and if you could use a load a week or half a load a week, or let me know. I have plenty. Okay, so. And Roma tomatoes, I don't know, it's a race for the bottom. They went from 18 to 12, and I think they're going to go to 18 to 8 pretty quick, but who knows with this weather anymore. It's summertime. And the Roma tomato market usually works in the summertime, and usually it's after July, so we're only in the middle of June, so we'll see if that holds up. I think that's it. I think that's it. Okay? Love each other, please, because I love you, right? I love you. I love the produce business. I really love everybody. So take care. One more thing. Wasn't it amazing how you couldn't go to church or a barber shop, but all of a sudden you could go to Riot? I just don't get that. I was never a big, how I felt. Just go back to look at my videos. You know how I felt about this virus. I think it was overplayed, but that's it. I'm just a man. Love you. Love the produce business. Take care, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.